What if the end of humanity wasn't violent or chaotic, but quiet, calculated, deliberate? What if the apocalypse came not from war, nor plague, nor climate collapse, but from a judgment passed on us by those we trust most, science, belief, and power itself? Bugonia, directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, starring Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons, isn't just a film about aliens. It's a dark allegory for humanity's greatest failure, its own self-destruction. In today's video, we're going to fully break down Bugonia, unpacking its symbolism, dissecting its three central characters, exploring its deeper themes, and finally, making sense of that haunting ending and what it ultimately says about us. Let's get into it. Part 1. What is Bugonia? At its surface, Bugonia is the story of a powerful pharmaceutical CEO, Michelle Fuller, kidnapped by two conspiracy-obsessed men, Teddy Gatz and his cousin Don, who believe she is an alien intent on destroying Earth. That's the premise. But Lanthimos uses this setup to confront modern anxieties: distrust in institutions, conspiracy culture, environmental collapse, and how easily truth becomes a battleground comment. From the beginning, Lanthimos employs visual language to deconstruct power. Michelle's sleek, clinical space contrasts Teddy and Don's grimy basement. But as the film progresses, the audience begins to question, who is truly alien here? Part 2. Character Analysis. Michelle is introduced as a commanding, coldly intelligent CEO, polished, unreadable, almost unshakably calm. Her presence is a study in otherness, and Lanthimos frames her as a mirror of the very society that both reveres and fears corporate power. Critics note how her calm during torture sequences makes her seem both human and disturbingly other, a duality that's central to interpreting the film's core question: is she alien or just alienated? She represents the system, not inherently evil, but operating in ways that feel removed from everyday life. Her perspective on humanity oscillates between clinical indifference and reluctant reflection, a metaphor for how institutions care about people statistically, but often not empathetically. Teddy, played with unnerving intensity by Jesse Plemons, embodies collective rage and the conspiracy mindset. He is angry at the world, its hierarchies, its betrayals, and the destruction of what he loves, especially bees, the film's recurring ecological motif. Teddy's journey parallels classic tragic figures, a man so consumed by belief that reality and fantasy fuse. He channels the frustration many feel when institutions fail them. His mother's coma following a clinical trial becomes a symbol of systemic betrayal. His blind faith in a cosmic narrative, that Michelle is an alien, reflects how desperate we are for meaning when faced with overwhelming complexity. Don, Teddy's cousin, grounds the story emotionally. While Teddy rages and Michelle strategizes, Don negotiates human reaction. He represents those caught between worldviews, impressionable, vulnerable, and ultimately human. His arc showcases how easily innocence gets warped by forceful narratives or charismatic leaders. Part 3. Symbolism and Themes. 1. Bees as Judgment. From the title itself, Bugonia, we get our first clue. The ancient word refers to a mythological way of generating bees from a bull's carcass, a metaphor for life arising from decay. Bees in the film carry layered symbolic weight. They are pollinators and sustainers of life. They represent ecological fragility and collapse. They are the measuring stick for humanity's failure or success. In this narrative, the disappearance of bees becomes both a literal and figurative catalyst, a warning sign ignored by society until it's too late. 2. Conspiracy versus reality. Lanthimos doesn't present belief and truth as binary. Instead, he blurs the line. Teddy's conviction feels insane until what he believes turns out to be true. But the film doesn't celebrate that revelation. It complicates it. Does truth vindicate him, or merely validates his obsession? That's the film's psychological tension. This ambiguity forces the audience to confront uncomfortable questions. When does belief become dangerous? And when does truth become irrelevant to meaning? 3. Corporate power and human cost. Michelle isn't a simple villain. She's a symbol of global systems. Pharmaceutical influence, clinical trials gone wrong, science divorced from empathy. Her calm rationality becomes a mirror showing how institutions can act without malice, but with consequences just as destructive. Many critics point out that part of the film's power is how it doesn't point fingers at individuals, but systems. Part 5. What it means for us. So, what should we take away? Bugonia isn't about aliens. It's about what humanity looks like from the outside. It's a critique of how we justify ourselves, through belief, through systems, through narratives that make us feel less responsible. The apocalypse here isn't a blast, it's judgment, not by fire, but by reflection of our choices. The final B shot, mirroring the opening, reminds us that life finds a way beyond us. Bugonia is one of those films that doesn't just stay in your head, it burrows in. It makes you question not only the world around you, but the world inside you. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, subscribe for more cinematic deep dives, and let me know what you think. Do you think humanity deserved that ending? Is Michelle a villain, a truth teller, or something else entirely? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.